Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason over here at Signature Esports. Practice is underway, and it is not the BRP Wheel and Modifieds at Bristol. I promise you, it is. Real Racing Online at ELDORA. ELDORA Speedway is the track that we're at for week 3 right over here with the RRO crew, brought to you by Ray's Energy Drink. Appreciate everybody tuning in and getting everything ready to roll. We have a great night of broadcasting this Sunday evening. We're going to see a lot of familiar faces and possibly some new ones. 60 drivers can enter, 24 go to the feature, and it's just going to be a whole lot of fun. Cody Kinsey out there on Facebook. Let's have a good show, ladies and gents. Midwest Maniac, he is out there. He is ready to rock and roll and get his number 13 in there. We're going to let everything upload, and of course, and always, we always start everything off with the Well, as practice still continues to get underway, everybody out there chatting it up, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to everybody watching on Facebook with me. Dennis Stonebreaker out there, John McCormick, BJ Johnson, Jacob Kinsey. Looking forward to these streams out there. Karen Todd, Dennis Anderson belting up, ready to go, getting everything underway. We're going to start qualifying here. You're going to not really see what's going on there, but we're going to talk about what we're doing over here at Signature Esports, and of course, and always, what you guys have to look forward to. Burnt Rubber Podcast, of course, the series sponsor for Wheel and Modifieds. This is one of my favorite series that you watch. Can't wait to see what happens. Kayla Williams, thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. Sunday night activities is going to be great. Let's talk about what we're doing. Of course, with Real Racing Online, you can go to the Signature Esports store and click the shop button on signatureesports.com and buy some Real Racing Online gear. We've got t-shirts, face masks, all kinds of stuff out there for you. Of course, and always, thank you to everybody that tunes in. Without you, I couldn't have you. We are streaming on a whole bunch of pages today. We've got Real Racing Online's private group we're going to stream on. We're streaming on, of course, Signature Esports, YouTube on Signature Esports, and Dink and Flickum esports out there. We're streaming on that page as well, so you're going to be able to see it in a bunch of different locations. If you are out there, well, I appreciate you very much for doing so. Signature Esports is everything iRacing and everything that you can ask for Dirt Street Stock Series on Sunday evening in the off season for the Dirt Street Stockers. What better way to get out there than to be on a simulator, of course. We appreciate everybody still continuing to tune in and support the cause. You guys have done so much for me that here in just a few days, I'm going to release some information about how to get our Roku channel. We're going to upload all of our race schedules and all of our races up there on Roku. You're going to be able to rewatch all of the streams and have some great times out there. If you want to be a part of that, make sure that you get a hold of us as well. We are looking for advertisers, people who want to get their businesses out there on an international platform. So Roku's going to be great. Cindy Kinsey Giffen replying to Dean Kinsey. Dean Kinsey somewhere between first and last. That's going to be great. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you, everybody out there tuning in. Thanks for breaking the stream last night. We had 2.4K watchers. We're going to continue to, and that was just on Facebook. We had just over 9,000 watches last night across all of our streams. That is a goal. We want to break 10K views. That is what we want to do. So start your watch parties. Host the stream if you're out there on Twitch. And thank you to Midwest Maniac for cheering the bits out there. Party 100, he says. Militia Samurai, thank you very much for following us on Twitch as well. Our Twitch stream is growing, about 250, 260 followers there. We are above the 500 mark. Remember, on Facebook. So remember on Facebook, if you are a part of our follower list over there, once we get to 5K followers, we're going to give away a sim rig valued at over $600. So absolutely fantastic. And let's talk about Raise Energy. Make sure that you support the cause for Real Racing Online. Raise Energy has a promotional code for us. It's called SIG Esports. If you click the link in the description, go there, shop everything Raise Energy and Rep Sports, all the supplements and stuff like that. You can find it at your local GNC as well. Raise Energy is a proud supporter of everything that is gaming out there, so we thought we'd do the same for them. All of our broadcasts brought to you by 46branding.com, FOURTY. Why? Because if you need classic swag, go to this shop. They've got classic swag for the classic person in mind. And a dog named Hank Pet Toys. Go to Amazon.com. There's a link in the description. Click there. Buy your furry loved one one of those fantastic toys. The Jiggy I've got for my my Mastiff, and she loves it. Gets her exercising, and we have the hard rubber training ball as well. Absolutely fantastic sets of toys that he has out there. Thank you to Hank Caston for being a part of everything. Nona Kinsey out there. Come on, Cody. Burnt Rubber Podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Happy to see you across the 500 mark. Yep, 500. That was the first goal. And remember, guys, we've only been doing this for roughly about 5 months or so. But our reach, not just with our Facebook page, but through YouTube and all that, people sharing things, it's actually been phenomenal. We just surpassed the 50K per month reach mark from rewatches and watches and just everything that we're doing. So I appreciate everything that you're doing. Big special thank you to, of course, all the people that I've been involved with not just Real Racing Online, but also with all of the platforms that help get me going here. We're talking No Limit Racing, the NIS leagues, the NASCAR iRacing Championship, all of the eNASCAR iRacing Championship, all of that. So within the realm of possibilities, I continue to grow, and we're going to be able to offer all kinds of things for you. Carl Kilgore IV, that's who's going to be out there on track. Here's a look at the grid as they start to load in. Real Raise Energy grid for Heat 1, Carl Kilgore IV. The 021 is going to be out there in the pole position. Lindsay Hobbs back at it in P2, Australian native there. Justin M. Powell, Michael Woolley, Kyle Jared, Brian Johnson. We're going to have Brett Fuller, Sean Hayes, and Brian Niels out there. And, of course, you see myself in here. I have to load in as a driver to have priority over the server. Small little race tonight. Getting everybody interested into what we're going on. So we're going to see how things load in and how things fare out. This is the first heat, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Real Racing Online at ELDORA Speedway, brought to you by Raise Energy Drink. Here's a look at what we're going to have. Heat 1, lap 1 of 6, so 6 laps is what it's going to be running. And, just a whole lot of fun. Addie is over here playing with her pretend drums again, saying, "Go, Daddy, go racing." Absolutely. Cody Kinsey out there agreed. Cody, don't hit the inside a tractor tire. That did happen. Kyle Jarrett said out there on Facebook, I'm just going to start having someone else qualify for me because I can't qualify worth a crap, but you're doing it. Justin Hong out there saying hello to you as well. And man, Cody Kinsey's getting a whole lot of love out there. Pace Truck's going to drive him off the field here in just a moment, and we're going to go racing for the first time in a week. My goodness, it's going to be exciting. I do enjoy everything that we do, Cody Kinsey. Cody Kinsey, if you're listening out there, Team Maniac, that's where they're going to be. Kind of get those guys their teams correct out there. There's Carl Kilgore, the fourth, did a great job on the last race. Currently sitting very high up there in the points. Top 5. Did a great job. Thank you everybody out there watching. Brian Parrott's out there watching again. And yeah, we're just checking all the feeds, checking all the streams, and enjoying everything that we do. Thank you to SDK Gaming for all of the overlays and fun, interesting things that they have. Just absolutely love what we do, and absolutely love what they have for me, and big appreciation to what they have. Pace truck is off. They have to go on the green light, and so you're going to see them come around turn 4. They're going to get that green from Fred the Flagman up there. Fred the Flagman has now had an official name from every one of us, so they're going to continue to go right here. Fred the Flagman says, green, ELDORA Speedway. Brought to you by Ray's Energy Drink, Real Racing Online, Dirt Street Stock Series. Having action all the way through. There's the 21 of Carl. He's going to be out front right there. There's the 30 of Powell. Jared and Hayes are working it. They're getting into each other 4 wide, getting everybody turned. Looks like Michael Woolley made it through that, so a lot of dropping back there. Justin Powell involved. No cautions in the heat laps. So they are just continuing to go and run their tracks around. Somebody made a mistake and had added fast repairs. That was myself when it came to setting it up. So we're going to see that. Top 2 leaders in the feature. The rest of the Consi, as Kilgore still continues to lead out there. Hayes and Jared are making their rounds. They're trying to make it interesting in the back end of things. Sean Hayes right there on the outside of the 045 of Kyle Jared. They are running away like they are a runaway bride. Right there on the inside of 045, trying to make a move, trying to make it stick on the inside as well. The track stayed doing what it's doing. It carried over and is ready to roll. They are there side by side racing on the inside. The Zero Rocket machine making the 20 as it says right there. Oh! Little bumper-to-bumper action right there. Looked like the freeway at L.A. The rocket machine, the 20, making it still stick. Got a little bit loose from the bumper-to-bumper into the rear end, but still holding on to a good P2 position back there in third. 2 laps to go as they come around and take the white flag, brought to you by, of course, Ray's Energy Drink in this heat race. Heat 1 of all of the drivers that we're going to have in here. You're seeing Michael Woolley pull up a hard 4th place, 5th place finish right there. Checkered flag's going to wave. Looks like Carl Kilgore, the 4th, is going to win Heat 1. Some extra bonus points in there. The Rocket comes in second. The 045 of Kyle Jarrett comes home 3rd. Then Fuller, Woolley, Hobbs, Brian Johnson, Brian Niels, and Justin Powell. And if you think it's interesting, I tell you what, we jump from heat to heat to heat so fast that it really doesn't matter what kind of break I'm looking into. Dennis Anderson, DA out there in the 3rd heat, he said, drive like, oh, Jacob Kinsey, I can't say that online. Blake Doyle, Earl Baxter, Matthew Bell, Trevor Mattingly, that's going to be your front 2 rows as the pace truck leads them off. You've got Sammy Haycock, Nathan Reeves, Cody Kinsey, bringing up the rear of the field there in number 7. There's Tony Kivett and David DeFazio, New York driver out there. Good old David. It's good to see him out there. The number 99 machine. Team Maniac Motors. They are out there ready to rock and roll like it is their race to lose. Lights are off on the pace truck. They're going to take one more lap around, and we're going to see them drive the Eldora Speedway. See who is going to make it into the feature without having to drive that consolation race. Do know that these guys are ready to go and ready to enjoy their Dirt Street Stock performance, brought to you everybody by Real Racing Online and Signature Esports. It's a very good pleasure to have all of these guys involved right here. Blake Doyle is going to lead them to the green flag start. Matt Hobbs out there saying, have fun. Green, green, green says Fred the Flagman. They are off like a prom dress. 6 laps to go in Heat 1. There is Baxter and Doyle. They are making it work. The 00, the 41, the 14. That's going to be 1, 2, 3 right there. The 14 is going to stick it on the inside. He's going to stick it like super glue. Run it down on the inside lane. They're going to be 3 wide coming to the front. They touch just a little bit, but 00 making it stick. Doyle making a high slide right there. The 41 of Earl Baxter gets up near the wall, but he is still continuing to work, make it stick. Baxter on the outside of the 32 of Trevor Mattingly. You see the number 13 right there, listed as the 13 on the car, but 32 in all of our hearts. Doyle, Belt, Mattingly, Baxter, Mattingly, and Belt. They are trying to make one above the other. Coming down to the backstretch, you're going to see them dive hard into turn 3. They are nose to bumper, nose to bumper. The 00 of Blake Doyle has all of that nose in front of, or right behind him, as you see the pressure coming on. There's the 14 and getting a little pressure himself. He's got Earl Baxter right behind him. There is Belt. He's got Haycock's got the 57 all over there. There is that Australian driver trying to make the outside line stick with 2 to go. They're coming around to take turn 2. Heavy contact right there. Nothing doing as they come around. Huge run on the backstretch. Doyle is all but running away with it. Who's going to take second? Who's going to take that second spot into the consolation as the dog named Hank White Flag's going to wave in Heat 2. There is a heavy run by the 14 on the inside. Doyle just has to keep it safe. The 00, they're going to get into each other. There's the 14. He's going to take the lead after they made contact. Belt and Haycock is right there. Haycock going to take P3 as they're running around. Checkered flag's going to wave. Doyle's going to win Heat 2. Matthew Belt comes home second. There is Haycock, Mattingly. Cody Kinsey comes home with 5th place. Reeves, Kivett, DeFazio, and Baxter is off the track. What a heat. What a lot of fun. Go Cody Kinsey out there. Appreciate everybody still continuing to tune in. Looks like Heat 2 is finished. Alrighty, looks like Heat 3 is about to get underway right here. And Jacob Todd is loading in. Chad Witt's right there as well. All the guys sitting on the infield. Jacob Todd's going to lead them all the way around in the pole position for Heat 3. Dennis Anderson out there, DA in Heat 3. Cade Gailey in the number 27. Cooper Wise. Eric Schaefer, Big Schaefer from Drinkin' Bros Racing. Scott Schroeder out there. I'm sorry, Drinkin' Bros Racing, but he's part of Team Midwest right here. Team Midwest Maniac Motors. There's Scott Schroeder, Daniel Helm, the number 45, Team Don't Hit Me, Jason Hastings out there as well. It's good to see Jason Hastings jump in. He was part of our races yesterday as well in the Signature eNASCAR Truck Series. There's the 95 of Todd, who has a victory in the Real Racing Online circuit already, and he's looking for win number 2 here, as races are going to be hot and heavy. Out laps are where they're at. 6 laps are what they're going to run. They are coming around. There is the pace truck. They are lights off and ready to go. Ray's energy drink is what you need to get out there and look at and follow that stuff. Use promo code SIG Esports. Turn 4 is where they dive off. Todd is out front on the outside. Witt's right there as well. Green, green, green says spread the flag, man. They are off. Off like a whole bunch of... sorry. Had some issues right there. My back was going to fail on me. Didn't happen. Todd is out there. There's Witt, Gailey, and I was trying to come up with a good pun, too, at the same time. Lap 1 about to be complete. There are only 6 laps in the heat races. Todd right there on the outside. The 77 right there on the inside. Chad Witt getting a nice run. And Todd using the outside line to his advantage. You see turn 2 coming around. He's going to use the outside line. Todd and Witt 1 and 2. Better run on the outside on the straightaways, but on the inside, looks like Witt has the advantage. He's going to get like a stick down there the entire race. As you see Chad Witt and Jacob Todd really starting to make it work. There is the 95 and a 77. There's Kate Gailey. Scott Schroeder is back there as well in P4. DA, Dennis Anderson, the man in the 04 as he's 27, climbed the wall a little bit like he was a monster truck on a mission. Trying to use the outside wall at ELDORA Speedway as a speed cone. Now Gailey trying to make a move on the inside of the 77 of Witt. 2 positions come in. Good straightaway speed for Gailey on the inside. You see him right there. There goes the 95 of Jacob Todd. He is still continuing to run. Run away like a runaway rabbit, using the inside lane on the backstretch. Looks like DA got up on the wall just a little bit here. Turn 4. They're going to come out and take the 46 branding white flag of Heat 3. The 95 of Todd just ready to rock and roll. Little Chicago playing in his headphones. He sees the E's around the corner in turn 3 and turn 4. Jacob Todd, Witt in the 77. Looks like they're going to cross the line. Then you're going to have the 27 of Gailey Schroeder. DA comes home with a P5. Daniel Helm in 6th place. There is Mr. Hastings, Jason Hastings out there, and Eric Schaefer. And Cooper Y is off track. He is out. Voodoo is your favorite of all of them. Cody Kinsey says out there, local GNC stores has them, and they are growing very fast. Absolutely, they're growing incredibly fast, and yeah, just a great situation to be in and to be a part of the Raise Energy family. Appreciate all that they do. Let's take a look at the grid for Heat 4. Real Racing Online at Eldora. Garrett Marshall's going to come out and serve that P4 or that pole position. Sorry about that. The 789 out there. Dane Lloyd in the 45. Swede Melgard in the 015. Timothy Tenson, that's row 2 for you. Adam Hannes. Robert Parrott, my man, out there in the number 38. It's good to see him out there again. Braden Koenig and Craig Gibbons, that's the 88 machine. Shane Wyatt, the 199. I believe he might be race control. He might be racing. I don't know if he likes the dirt, but Shane might actually be out there race controlling. Kayla M. Williams says, Burnt Rubber Podcast, check your little vitamin and supplement stores. That's where you found them in Pallet. I'm not even going to say it. Paleka. Okay, cool. They're coming off pit road, 2 laps around to get themselves ready for Heat 4 pace truck in that fancy iRacing Chevrolet, even though it doesn't have a Chevy symbol on the front. It might be a GMC and they're just trying to hide the fact. Who knows? Garrett Marshall's going to lead them around and take the 789 into the green flag area in just a moment. There is the front stretch look for them. Long look at the grid. Appreciate everybody still continuing to be out there and enjoying what we do. Thank you to all of our sponsors and to, of course, all of you for continuing to watch and support what we do. Make sure that you get out there and support the cause. I mean, that's what we're all here about. 8 cars in the feature. Shane Wyatt race controlling out there. Appreciate everything he does. There's Marshall Lloyd Marshall, Lloyd, Melgard, Tenson, and Hannes. They are your top 5. Robert Parrott's trying to work his way around. Craig Gibbons, 2 go to the feature. And the rest go to the consolation. Green flag's going to wave. Fred, the flagman, says go, go, go. And Marshall takes that 789 and tries to throw it out front. Gets right in front of the 45. 45 takes a nice move on the inside right there. Backstretch running. Lloyd trying to make it stick. He's going to do it. He's going to get right there on the inside low line. The 789 has that mid line working for him. Nobody's using a high line just yet as they go dual racing side-by-side split. Marshall, Lloyd. Marshall gets a better run right there as Lloyd tries to make those tires get right to the bottom of the track. You see Marshall getting a great run using all of that midline dirt. And eventually, when it comes down to the feature, they're going to start seeing everything work in their advantage. The 36 of Tenson, though, he uses the high line. Whoa, Parrott gets up into the wall back there. Sorry, that was Gibbons. 789 and Tenson and Lloyd. Let's see, the 789, 36 and the 45. That's 1, 2, 3 right there up front. 789 trying to make all of that stick. Rubber glue is what he needs. The 36 making it stick as well. He's using that high line. That's where all the dirt is right now. He's trying to keep that pack running, and he is holding that P1 position. That 2 laps to go right here. A little blink for him. Nobody can get up there, and so he's going to continue to carry away. Timothy Tenson, the number 36, slides in front of Garrett Marshall coming around to take the Raise Energy drink. White flag of Heat 4. There is the number 36 running away, keeping that lead and not allowing anybody to really get in his way. 1, 2, 3, Tenson, Marshall, Lloyd. They're coming around to the backstretch. They've got one more attempt in this turn. There is Tenson. He's going to use the low line to really try to delve the situation even further, and does. Comes away with a victory in Heat 1. Goes Tenson, Marshall, Lloyd, and Melgar. There's Hannes. Mr. Parrott is out there in P6. Then Gibbons, Koenig. That is how everything sticks for you. Good heat, nice racing, good lead changes. That's as clean as I've seen it. And now we're going to go to, I believe this might be the B main. Let's take a look at the grid and see right here. It is the B main. B main's going to be out there. Kyle Jarrett's going to lead him around. Cade Gately is going to be right there on the outside of him. Brett Fuller in the inside second row with Scott Schroeder. As these guys are starting to load in right here. Michael Woolley is going to be inside row 3. Dennis Anderson, DA, is out there in the 04. Lindsey Hobbs back up in the mix. Daniel Helm, Brian Johnson. There is Jason Hastings, Brian Niels, Eric Schaefer back there as well. Down the grid list we go. Justin Powell and Cooper Weiss. That's going to be everybody out there. Looks like Cooper Weiss is just going to sit on pit road. Hasn't loaded in, so hopefully something's going on right there. Rep Sports, you're welcome. There you go. Yep, make sure that you do it. There's a link in the description as well that you can click on, and if you use that link, use promo code SIG Esports, you'll be able to get a discount as well. Amazon has cases for $25, but support the cause. Go to the link, check those guys out. Here's how it looks. There are 13 cars in the mix, 14 registered for the B main right here. Real Racing Online at ELDORA Speedway. A little blink going on for Kyle Jarrett. Hopefully that straightens up for him. Cade Gailey, the number 27's right there. There's the 51 right behind him. Scott Schroeder looking at DA and Michael Woolley. We're going to see what they do right there in the middle of the mix. Fred the Flagman says green, green, green. 045 takes it to the inside. There is the 27 of Cade Gailey. Worked his way up to the field, starting 6th in Heat 3, and now is here for the opportunity to make it stick. There is the 27 of Cade Gailey using the outside line. I believe the top 6 go into the feature in this one, so we will see how it goes. There's the 045, the 27, the 51. They are trying to make it work, make it move. No cautions in this one. It is a 045, 27, 51 to 04. Oh, somebody gets turned back there in the back. Holy goodness gracious, that was Brian Johnson. Looks like he was right there. Take a look at that. The 818 was right there. He had a nose in his bumper, and somebody was on the wall trying to go around him. And oh, just a little bit of a turn right there. Goodness gracious. Unfortunate circumstances. Back to live conditions as we continue to roll. 045 and Kyle Jarrett still out front. There is Gailey Schroeder Anderson. Dennis Anderson is out there. DA caution goes out. That's a little bit weird. That's not supposed to happen. Cody Kinsey starting in the fifth. I'm not sure why the caution flag is out. That's a little bit weird. That's not even supposed to happen. Out there. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate all you guys sharing. Who is all watching on Facebook with us? A whole bunch of people. Thank you very much. John Ryan out there. JD Wood. J.Y. Brian Sudney out there. Thank you very much. Not sure why that happened, but hey, it is what it is. Lights are off on the pace truck. At least the cautions will be very short and yeah, a lot of fun. Things are moving. The relatives are fixing themselves. And apologies, I don't believe the mains are the only one that's supposed to have cautions is supposed to be the feature. So maybe there's a setting in the Real Racing Online that's kind of set up and not supposed to be that way. So who knows? We'll figure it out a little bit later. Sean Conklin, I'm doing good. Hey, big shout out to Sean Conklin. He races in a youth league, and he was in an accident earlier today. So our prayers are with him, of course. 045 of Jared gets a big run on the inside. There's the 27 of Gailey. There's the 51 of Anderson, Hobbs, Fuller, Woolley. There is Powell and Schaefer. Helm is out there as well. They are trying to make it stick. Got to be in the top six, I believe. Skip to for Kyle Jarrett. There is Gailey Anderson, Schroeder, Hobbs.
What's up, Jason? I just hopped in here. I was watching this race. I've seen it on. I couldn't join it in time, but
no worries, man. Hey, that is Zach Clark, my man out there. The guy, this guy. You want to talk about Dirt Street Stock announcers? This is a guy that I'm a big fan of. We were going to start calling races together. He was out here joining in the fun and enjoying things. So if those who haven't been a part of the Dirt Street Stock series, you'll be able to notice that you're going to start hearing more and more of this guy's voice. Zach, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, brother. I wasn't sure that I was actually going to be on whatever you were broadcasting, but just was hopping in to say hello. I seen that you guys had a race going on, but always good to catch up with you, Jason. It's always fun to call a little street stock action at ELDORA. We've had some fun with it in the past, but doing great here in Louisiana, man. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing quite nicely. How has the weather been down there? I've heard hurricanes have been kind of a mess.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a mess, and you just, of course, had that one hit Pensacola. We had Hurricane Sally hit Florida, and a little bit of it hit the south part of Louisiana. But, yeah, definitely, Lord shredded up Lake Charles, and a lot of folks are reeling, trying to get things back together down there. But I'm from North Louisiana, thank the Lord. But, of course, thoughts and prayers to all the folks that are going through tough times. Of course, I have family down there as well. So it's certainly tough here in the state of Louisiana.
Oh, absolutely fantastic to hear at least that you're safe and your family's safe and all of that. I do know that our hats and prayers are off to all of those that are there. Kyle Jarrett, Gailey Anderson, Schroeder, and Hobbs. Make sure that you guys are staying safe out there, of course, in Louisiana and, of course, all over the southern part of the states that have been mostly affected. But that's your top five, and we're going to let it run here, and Zach and I are going to call. We were calling races before together, but we were doing it in session, so you guys are going to actually get to hear this guy live for the first time. Very happy to hear him. Pace truck is off, and we're off.
Kyle Jarrett, I call him two first names, so you know he's got game. He'll take the green rolling in there. He's got a little bit of a lag going on here, but nonetheless, the 27 car, he's right here from out of the Arthrotex out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Kate Gailey riding car number 27, trying to hold on to the bridesmaids honors here. Dennis Anderson Jr. Hey, it's a Gravedigger. He rides in third here, Jason. They roll 3 and 4.
Off the 3 and 4 onto the front stretch. The 27 is going to make a run on the inside. Final lap. White flag brought to you by 46branding.com. They are continuing to run. They have, of course, a big wreck in the back right there, but off to the backstretch. 1 and 2, Jared Gailey Anderson. Anderson's in third place. He's got a little bit of company, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen.
It doesn't appear as Lindsey Hobbs still sits in fourth in the car number 12. Scott Schroeder in car number 51. As that, again, that is your top 5. As if I'm hearing correctly, those are the top 5 that go to the dance tonight, or transfer on to the next last 2.
Got the B-main fixed series as 04 gets a little bit of lift right there. Jared Gailey Anderson, Schroeder Hobbs, that is your top 5. And it looks like things are going to reset for us here in just a moment. Big ol' apologies to guys out there for the cautions that happened during the mains. They are not supposed to happen. They are only supposed to be in the feature. So hopefully we get a little bit more clean racing going on here, as now we're going to start seeing the grid for the. This is oh man, what is this? Don't believe it's the. I think this is the A main. That's what we're going into. The A main. Got to update some things. Things are supposed to update automatically. That's what you pay for, right? All right, Australian native on the pole, Sammy Haycock. He's going to be out there for the A main. 57 of that 57 right there. Australian New Zealand native Dane Lloyd, the number 45. Then we have Trevor Mattingly, Swede Melgard, Cody Kenzie, and Adam Hannes. That's your first 3 rows.
Nathan Reeves will start inside of row number 4 in the number 72, and Robert Perry to the outside. Tony Kivett in the number 4 with Craig Gibbons in 88. David DeFazio in car number 99, and Braden Koenig in the next several rows here.
Earl Baxter, Shane Wyatt's going to be race control out there, and then you're going to see myself right there, Signature Esports commentator. So 2 people not in here, 13 drivers in the A main, and that is where we are at. Zach Camilla joining me in the broadcast booth right here. Zach, the class act, that is who he is. Pace Truck's going to lead him off. I'm going to let Zach take and lead you guys to the green flag.
So getting the field formed up here. As how many laps are we going here tonight? Like I said, just hopped in here. How many laps are we going here, Jason?
So the main right here. Sorry, this is the actual B main. We did the C main. This is the B main right here. So apologize about the correction right here. 10 laps are what we're going to run in the mains, and then after that we're going to be I believe it's 30 laps in the feature.
Has some pretty good shoes represented here in this B main. I mean, when you get these tough fields like this and all these guys, you get the best of the best checked in the race here at Rossburg at ELDORA Skiway tonight here on iRacing. As these street stock guys is certainly going to put these cars to the test. One thing I've noticed on this newer update here, Jason, is these cars take a little bit more damage than they did prior to this recent update. Really updated it, and it gets pretty wild out here. Guys will get damaged, running that outside wall.
Well, it used to be that you could tear these things up and you could still drive around without having to go get a fast fix or go get any repairs. Now, if you hit the outside wall, that right side damage becomes a big issue.
Absolutely. As the green flag will come out as they get ready to roll down Main Street into turns 1 and 2 on the start of this one. As Haycock again going to be your race leader. Dane Lloyd in the Colt 45, and hey baby, that's all you need. As he's driving that Dean Rasco themed wrap Colt 45 as they trying to go 3 different lanes wide for the race lead. They roll into 3 and 4.
Into 3 and 4, Sammy Haycock still leading out front. You've got Trevor Mattingly. Cody Kinsey's up to 3rd from 5th on his start. He's taking that Maniac Motorsports Signature Esports Raise Energy number 11 down into turn 2 into turn on the exit of the backstretch.
Mattingly gets a run here off of turn number 2 as they head down the back straightaway. Like you said, Jason, as they roll into 3 and 4, Haycock still holds on the race lead, trying to use that outside line momentum to his advantage. As they roll off and forward down Main Street once again to click off lap number 3 of B main the first B main here to the night.
8 laps to go here in the B main feature. There is Sammy Haycock out front. Cody Kinsey loses a spot to the 45 of Lloyd. Kinsey working his way back up, trying to make that midline work. The higher you go, the faster you can get things running. Looks like a battle for the lead. Haycock, Mattingly, Lloyd, Kinsey, Haynes. That is your top 5. Melgard is trying to put the pressure back there. You see Sammy Melgard, or Swede Melgard, Sammy Melgard. He's got the 116 on the inside, trying to make something work. Outside lane is where everybody's moved up to. Front stretch working. There they are. Everybody's ran up. Looks like Robert Parrott's making up some ground. He's like, I'm going to ride that wall. I'm going to ride it like a pony at the fair. Gets right to the back bumper.
As Mattingly gets a run here down the front straight, and the number 13 will roll down to the low side of the racetrack. We'll see if he tries to throw the slider on Haycock. Haycock's still going to use that. Nope, he leaves the room to the outside, taking walk right to the left side. Contact with the outside retaining wall for Haycock, but it doesn't slow him down.
Haycock is running off like a bride fearing for her life. There goes the 57 down to the front stretch. We've got Mattingly still up there up top. Mattingly, if he gives enough room, I believe Haycock's going to make that run. Kinsey in 4, try to make the inside run on the backstretch.
As right now, 13 of Mattingly bringing along the Colt 45 on board, along with him trying to catch that duo. Right now, that trio trying to separate themselves from the rest of the competition. Mattingly knocking on the back door like a trick-or-treat with a sweet tooth here 1 month before Halloween. And he's got to run to the outside for the race lead. And 57 will dive down to the hub of the racetrack. Heating up here at the ELDORA Speedway. Caution's
going to come out. First one of the main. And I tell you what, they were heating up right there. Things are going to change right here with the way that things are going to be working with that 57 and Mattingly. They're going to side by side. What are they going to choose? Inside, outside lane, and this is where it's going to work. Let's check in with what caused the caution. There they are. Looks like Earl Baxter, the number 41, was right outside Robert Parrott. He tries to straighten it up. He turns Parrott, gets right to the bumper. And, man, that was clean racing all the way up to the very end right there. Yellow flag's going to come out. And, my goodness, there's not much left of the 41. Kayla Williams out there on Facebook. Let's get him. Knows that Cody Kinsey's sitting right there in P4 on the outside lane. Looks like the 57 of Haycock's going to choose the inside lane right there. And, man, there's a whole lot of damage to the – who was that? That was Earl Baxter, the number 41. He is pretty much left without a lot of the front end of his vehicle. Still smoking on the backstretch, and see if he's going to drive that to the finish.
Earl Baxter, one of those guys, builds the 41 shocks out of South Texas here. From the great state of Texas, and builds a lot of the shocks for a lot of the real-life drivers here in the ARCLA Tex. Builds a pretty good shock combination. He's pretty good on the iRacing simulator as well. His might very well maybe DON equal. See what Baxter can do.
Well, he's just got to get to the back into it. Sorry about that. He's just got to get in. He's just got to get into. Pace truck's going to dive off. There he is right there. These guys are 1 and 2 waiting for the green flag, and there it goes. Fred the Flagman says green, green, green. Outside line for 2 laps. That's all they need. They have a good run. Looks like the 13 is going to make a run right there. Get right to the back bumper. Cody Kinsey bottling up and running down the backstretch. Try to get inside the 45 of Lloyd. Haycock leads on the front stretch. Raise Energy white flag is going to wave right here in the B main. Final lap, and they are on terror. There goes Haycock, Australian native, running around. And it looks like caution came out before that, but the final lap is going to set the field. There is Haycock, Mattingly, Kinsey, Lloyd, Hannes, Melgard, Kivett, Gibbons, Baxter, and Koenig. Looks like Haycock's still going to lead that one no matter how it looks. How it goes. So caution came out right before the white flag waved, and such a shame. So apologize about the mains having cautions they're not supposed to, but you know where the cautions are going to go. Going to go all the way to the feature. They're going to have some heck of a heck of a race when it comes to the 24, as these guys let me set up the race. All righty. You got me?
I had a few little technical difficulties there. Sorry to step on your toes, Jason. If I did a couple of times, my ATVO was overlapping and kind of canceling my mic out there for a few moments. So I think we'll get it ready to rock here.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic to have you in anyway. Regardless, 30 laps is what we're going to run. And let's go over the starting grid for the feature as you see the fireworks going off in the background of the main.
I'll tell you what, Jason, real quick before we get this one started, just kind of surveying the field here. You've got some pretty tough customers starting on the front row. You got Kilgore, Doyle. All of these guys are very well accomplished here in the street stock division, so this should be a really good one.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Carl Kilgore has a win in the series already. So third race of the series, these guys looking for their second win, of course. Whole nother level. Carl Kilgore, the fourth, is going to be right there on the pole position. We're going to take you over to Blake Doyle, Jacob Todd, Timothy Tinson, Sean Hayes, and Matthew Bell. That makes up your front three rows.
Inside of row number 4, you got the number 77 of Chad Witt with Garrett Marshall and 789 starting on the outside of him. Inside of the next row, the 045 of Kyle Jarrett just won one of those last chance qualifiers with Sammy Haycock. Just won the most recent one outside in 57. Kay Gailey out of Shreveport, Louisiana, car number 27, and Trevor Mattingly in car number 13.
As they complete their second pace lap right here, Dennis Anderson in the 04, Cody Kinsey in the number 11. You have Scott Schroeder, Dane Lloyd, Lindsey Hobbs, Swede Melgard. That's going to make up your next three rows all the way to row 9.
And again, Brett Fuller, Adam Hannes, Michael Woolley, Tony Cavett, and Justin Powell. Givens, that's going to be the final car that'll make it out here to the speed lane. 24 cars starting this one in a 30-lap affair here at the Rossburg, Ohio ELDORA Speedway.
Real Racing Online brought to you by Raise Energy. They're waiting for the pace truck to leave the racing surface. And here in just a few seconds, you're going to see Race 3 have its feature brought to you by, of course, 46branding.com and a dog named Hank Pet Toys. Fred the Flagman throws it up, waves it high, green, green, green. We are in the feature at ELDORA. Inside lane as everything gets unfolded. There is Kilgore out front. Hayes is on the inside. There is Doyle. They are 3 wide all the way to turn 3. Action is already getting underway. Pack, pack, pack. They are trying to stuff it like a Thanksgiving turkey.
As they were trying to fan out and go 3 different lanes. 3 different lanes wide here, rolling around the hub and the basement of the ELDORA Speedway. This time off the number 4, though, up top. Higher than Willie Nelson on the cross-country tour with Snoop Dogg riding shotgun. 021 of Carl Kilgore continues to lead as he is, like you said, Jason, already one victory for the win column this year as 21 continues to lead. Top side hustling around the ELDORA Speedway.
ELDORA is the racetrack. This is the feature. They are starting to get single file. Let's see if they make any moves. Kilgore, Doyle, Hayes, Tinson, Bell, all the way down to the backstretch. They're up against the wall. They can't get away from it. Once you flatten that car out, you're never going to get away from it. Kilgore still running the best line.
Yeah, I like my pancakes with syrup. I certainly don't like the right side of my sheet metal pancake, but nonetheless, in the tournament 3, 021 of Kilgore still out front, minding his own business. Trying to put the old pinky out like Kermit the Frog and just, continue to mind his own business here as they rock and roll down the back boulevard into tournament 3. Hayes still rides in the bridesmaid, 00 Blake Doyle, the Florida native, sits third, and 00 Jacob Todd in the top 5 right now, Jason. They roll down Main Street.
I tell you what, down Main Street they go. As they're going to turn in the back there, we're seeing big old caution come out. Nobody can avoid it. Carnage is all over the place. And my goodness, the only one that really made it through there, we're following along with him, the 27 of Gailey. Only takes a little right side damage, but they got turned. They turned like an breakfast.
Yeah, and I was about to say, speaking of breakfast or places you could eat breakfast, it looked like the parking lot at Waffle House when it reopened just right after COVID-19. That was nasty.
Here's a look at what happened right here. Looked like the 77 was involved there. Let's go back. We'll take a better look at it. Here's Matthew Belt. They were squishing him we're talking about pancakes. They were squishing him like a grilled cheese sandwich. Now I'm getting hungry. That's where it was. The 14 got a little bit of, got lucky, got turned, but then looks like the 15 turned into him as well. Going over that replay, and this caution brought to you by Burnt Rubber Podcast, who keeps turning in every single day, so we're going to throw their name out there. Go on Facebook, search out Burnt Rubber Podcast. They talk about everything racing, including Signature Esports.
Yeah, it got messier than an 80s food fight here, as Kevin Bacon said on the movie Animal House. Thank you, sir. May we not have another, as a matter of fact. Not looking to get too many cautions here. as, again, some of the best in the business in the street stock division all checked in to do 30 laps here at the high banks of the Rossburg, Ohio half-mile oval here at ELDORA Speedway tonight, as Kilgore continues to be the man with the plan and looking to get checkered flag in his hand at the end of this one here tonight.
As the relative updates, we're going to check in with the race leader right there, side by side, waiting for the pace truck to get out of their way. The only one standing in their way right now, Kilgore and Doyle. They're going to restart on the outside lane, coming down the backstretch. They are ready to get this one underway. They do have some fast fixes, which is kind of a mistake on my part. We used a relative or a sample, and it kind of went away from it. But off they are. Fred the Flagman says green, green, green. And there they go again. Kilgore out front, gets a better run on the inside lane. Hayes, Doyle, Todd, Tinson, Marshall, Witt, Mattingly, Jared, Gailey. That is your top 10.
Yeah, it started heating up there for a second, driving all the way down to the
we
got one over the air.
Kyle Jared turned into the wall.
2 first names, so you know he's got game. Pit concrete hard right there, folks. He didn't even ride the back straightaway well like Tony Hawk on a skateboard. He just went straight airborne, and that is not what you like to see. It's a good thing Tony Stewart built a new medical center down on the infield. You need to go get checked out.
If this was not a simulator, there would be a hush over the crowd. And this is what happened right here. Kyle Jared, the number 45 on the inside. Sorry, that wasn't Kyle Jared. That looked like Chad Witt, the number 77. There he is. Number 77, as we were looking at it right there, comes up, slides very nicely, gets his nose straight into the wall, airborne, and if it weren't for the fast fixes, his night would be over. Having to reset and get that toe. Second caution of the evening as these guys get back to single file formation, back to double file, I believe is where they're going to go. Carl Kilgore, the fourth, still out front. And my goodness, that was a heck of a race. And you guys are absolutely correct. We have this award that we give out pretty much every race, and that was the earning of the helicopter award. Steelerish out there. Now I want a grilled cheese. Absolutely. Now I want a grilled cheese as well.
I would like a helicopter, but I can't afford one. But nonetheless, we'll take what we get. As I'm not sure, Jason, what you're seeing on my, I've seen a white flag on my screen along with the yellow, so I'm not sure if that's just signaling one more trip to go. Maybe you could explain that. But nonetheless, we're back on the way as Kilgore continues to lead and set the assault on the field competition.
He is 24 laps to go. That's what we're seeing right here. That's what I'm seeing right here on my relative as they continue to run around the racetrack. They've only completed 6 laps. Caution laps do not count. 21 out front, Kilgore, Doyle, Hayes, Todd, Tinson.
Uncle Carl from Kilgore, Texas, leads down the front straightaway in the turn corner, car number 21. Nice, sharp-looking, chrome-lettered entry as he rolls to the top shelf of the racetrack, making it look good, and he looks well doing it. Has a little bit of contact, your second-place driver, making a little bit of a snack there. Blake Gould, the Florida native, as he'll drive it up top, and here comes 95. Jacob Todd rolling around the hub. He'll slide up and he'll grab second.
Caution comes out, and just in time for the 95 of Jacob Todd as he was working his way into contention. He won last week. Pace truck is out there. Everybody has to slow up as Jacob Todd looked like he was going to make a great pass right there. We're going to go back. We're going to try to see what happened. Yellow flag came out. Looks like Matthew Belt was involved in there. The number 14 machine comes up. Looks like everybody was riding the wall. Oh, the 04 of DA Dennis Anderson. He was wrapped up into that. Kind of got a little bit turned, nose in the bumper. The 14 of Matt Belt. He gets himself into the tow zone. Back on pit road he is. But back on live conditions, you're going to see everybody go back to double file and try to do this one more time. Third caution of the race. Carl Kilgore still leads out front. Blake Doyle, Sean Hayes, Jacob Todd, Timothy Tinson. That's your top 5.
Yeah, cross your phalanges and toes that we can get these some green flag laps logged into the history books here. Of course, we want to see what will happen here as sometimes it takes these guys a little bit of a few laps to get into a rhythm. as it continues to be Carl Kilgore all the time here in the first 8 circuits here tonight at the ELDORA Speedway here, the Dirt Street Stocks on Real Racing Online. As the 21 has set us off for the competition right now. But I tell you what, like you said, Jason, the 95 of Jacob Todd trying to make some moves. He's not faking moves. We'll see what he's got as we go back to the green flag here in a moment. As Doyle and Hayes still your top 3, but Todd again knocked over the back door. 95 of them, one to keep your eyes on.
Jacob Todd ready to roll. They're coming into turn 3. Pace truck's going to be off. We're going to see how things shake and bake right here. They get back to it. Green flag's going to wave. Fred the flagman says, let's go. 23 laps to go. Carl Kilgore gets a great restart. There on the outside, you're going to start seeing bumper-to-bumper action. They're going to start tagging the wall as well. Kilgore gets a little bit too much into the wall, but he does have a great runoff. Todd runs to the inside into turn 4.
I told you, folks, he's not faking moves. He's making moves. He'll slide up across the racetrack, and he'll take second. He says, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" Oh my goodness, the caution is back now.
Cody Kinsey. Looks like he was the car involved there. He was right there, turns it to the inside. Has the 045, gets down, plants it. Caution comes out because he had a little bit of, he got turned around in front of traffic. So nothing big, just a little bit unfortunate for him right there. So Cody Kinsey's going to drop to the back of the field.
You know, interesting, just heard Blake Doyle, your second place driver, kind of offer some insight. He said, come on, guys, let's chill out with the cautions. They're killing us up front, trying to race for the lead. It kind of translates to what real life. I announced at a racetrack, the Dirt on the Rev this week in Monroe, Louisiana, Jason. And I talked with the Super Late Model second place driver last night as Kate Dillard won $7,000, swept the weekend for $10,000, part of the Mississippi State Super Late Model Series. But nonetheless, I asked BJ Robinson, as we had way too many cautions in the main event, it was kind of single file around the bottom. I asked him how hard it was to kind of get in the rhythm. To get out there and try to pick up any kind of slack on Dillard, as just every time they reach lap traffic or anything start heating up, the caution would come out and kind of kill his momentum as his car was better on a green flag run. Just never could see it. So just kind of translating that to here to the simulator. Of course, these guys are up on these wheels. I mean, it's a little bit different. You're not inside the car sweating, but nonetheless, Blake Doyle, he's still frustrated. He feels like he's probably got a good car, but he just can't really race it out because the caution keeps coming out. That's part of it, though. Sometimes you get some, sometimes you don't.
Every time a caution comes out, a position changes, and those who are good on the short run, one or two laps like you're discussing, they just get that extra, all right, well, I'm going to move myself up to second. It looked like Doyle was doing a great job of keeping himself right there with the race leaders and keeping that P2 position, but now Todd on that last restart he went up 2 spots from 4th to 2nd, just taking, like you were talking about, taking that momentum away. Kilgore has nothing to look at. All the cautions just keep him out there. If they run 22 more cautions out, he's gonna win the race, and there's not gonna be any fun into it, so to be.
Right, you absolutely got to be up on the wheel. I mean, you got to be ready to punch the time clock and go back to work. Because right now the 95 trying to get his hands dirty as he's got a good restart and help dive it down to the bottom of the inside for the race lead. Here comes the 95. It's Jacob Todd. Hello, how you doing, Carl Kilgore? That's good. Sit down and take a seat. They roll down the back boulevard into 3 and 4. Jason, it's heating up at the ELDORA Speedway.
ELDORA Speedway, the sights, the sounds, the run. The 95 slides up, takes the heavy speed, gains that momentum, and he's going to make a long run. Caution one more time for, looks like DA again involved.
So beginning to get some kind of a yellow fever pandemic here tonight. As not certainly what we were hoping for, but nonetheless, when the green flag gets out here, Jason, it's been exciting nonetheless, just in short spurts here. As we'll see if these guys will settle it down a little bit and we can get business picked back up here up front. As the racing appears like it's going to be shaping up to be a dandy.
Front racing, always a blast. Getting everybody lined down to get themselves hard racing is what they really need to be focusing on. We saw the 045. They were just bumper to bumper, and just a little bit of a spin like that puts everybody in jeopardy when 3 cars are involved. That's what we were looking at on the replay right there. DA was right there, got a little bit of damage right into the back of Cody Kinsey. Cody Kinsey gets turned around. Another car got turned around back there as well. Looked like Swede Melgard was there, but he ran up. Everything looking like it's going to be in for a doozy. Caution under the caution. The laps do not count. For those who are wondering, Mr. Priest out there, Jesse Priest, or AKA Wooley's or Schaefer's guy. I can't say that to say the least either. Jesse Priest out there on Twitch, yeah, and pancakes. That's what he wants to eat. And then he's giving Willie and Kivett some cheers there with the Maniac Motorsports teams. Back to it again. Fred the Flagman says, green, green, green. We are off.
As there's been some comers and goers, movers and shakers to keep your eyes on. Scott Schroeder's kept his nose clean out of the business as quite a few of those cautions. These came from 15th to 7th, 17th to 8th, just behind him, the 12 of Lindsey Hopp. We'll see if Golden State Greens are back underway. Again, Jason is the 21 of Tall. Kilgore still continues to lead. His Todd continues to hold on to the bridesmaids. He tries to run him down. He's had his crosshairs set for the back spooler, 21 to the top spot.
Well, he finished 1-2 last week. Kilgore doing a great job of trying to keep that lead underway. Caution's going to come back out one more time as we are still waiting. One lap at a time. Different story from last week to this week. Last week we ran 20 clean laps, and now the 63 hopped the wall. That's what happened there. Got his car up there and just couldn't keep it straight, so he gets turned around in front of traffic. Well, that's what's going to bring out the caution this time, as now he's crab walking down the front stretch. Jesse Priest has a new nickname every single day. Thank you to everybody out there continuing to watch. Paul Wilson out there, Aaron Marini out there as well, Doran Davis, William Dunaway out there on Facebook. Thank you very much to everybody continuing to tune in. Make sure you hit our e-store. Go to signatureesports.com. Hit the shop button. Shop all things real racing online. There's some classic racing gear up there, some shirts that we made from sayings and things that have happened during our broadcasts or in our Discord chats that you'll be able to shop and buy. Everything that you buy out there supports the Signature Esports store. And remember, give us all those likes and shares. Hit the notifications on all of your platforms to make sure that you follow along with Signature Esports. Real Racing Online every Sunday night at 8:20 Eastern. And I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Rocket has for our race leaders as the 00 of Blake Doyle restarts behind the race leader.
We'll see what happens here, Jason, as they get ready to go back full throat. It's up to Kilgore. He puts his foot to the firewall and gets the party restarted. The dance continues on lap number 13 of this 30 lap affair, sorry. As they hustle into 1 and 2, Kilgore slaps the wall just a little bit of right side romance, and then outside retaining wall. It doesn't halt his progress. He leads them. Todd still second. Hayes, Doyle, and Marshall, your top 5. They roll into 3 and 4.
Rolling out of 4, you see him. He is rubbing that wall like he is a campfire in the middle of winter. Hunting season's coming up. Todd looking for the lead.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the Hurricane's not making a lot of that, but they're busier than the Sobo crew working in the tidal wave right now. And they roll down the back straightaway and back into 3-4. The 21 of Kilgore. Willie D ran down here. Todd is up to the challenge. Talk about Kyle Jarrett having 2 first names, so you know he's got game. Jacob Todd, he has 2 first names, and he's got some game tonight. He's trying to run down Kilgore. He's heating up.
It is on like Donkey Kong, as they would say. The 95 down the backstretch. He's got that line figured out from the 21. You're going to start seeing him turn just a little bit later to carry that speed against the wall. That run right there, he's going to try to make a move. I guarantee it right here coming down to the front stretch.
And here it comes. He's going to drive it down to the basement. Oh, and the caution is out. Just as we looked at the 95, you mentioned like Donkey Kong looked like he had a star from Mario Kart. Folks, he was digging like Daryl.
He was on terror. You saw that inside line running. You saw he had that speed. He was right here to the rear bumper, and he turned it hard down to the inside. Scott,
my feelings are hurt. Sorry about that, Jake.
You're
my
good.
Feelings are hurt just a little bit seeing that caution come out. That was going to get really interesting.
That was a whole lot of fun about to happen. Scott Schroeder involved on the yellow flag. Here's what happened. We're going to possibly take a look at it. There's Scott Schroeder. Scott Schroeder was right there. 51. The 27 was right there. Oh, the 27 hit the wall and just got into the 51's rear bumper, and boom. That's what really turned it around. Front nose damage for Dennis Anderson as he was just trying to shake and bake all the way around. There's the 51 of Scott Schroeder. A big old mess that was going on there. Now Now, though, things are going to be pulling themselves back together. Lap 16 being completed under caution. They're going to go back with 13 to go. That was a great 4 laps of racing right there.
So it's kind of like a love-hate relationship with this track because, like you said, Jacob Todd, he picks up that second spot a little bit earlier. But it's interesting because Todd then has to go to the inside or held the outside lane on that restart. But we'll just have to see how it works out. Now Blake Doyle, who was relegated back to 4th, now he's on the outside where he wants to be. A lot of times you carry more momentum on these starts, so we'll see if they can use it to their advantage as we get ready to re-rack them and stack them and go back to the green flag here with 17 laps remaining, 13 to go here. This 30 lap affair here tonight, Jason.
30 laps is the feature every Sunday night, except for the championship at the end of the season. So get used to seeing it go. Back to green flag racing. Fred says go, go, go. Rocket on the inside of the 95. 95 gets right to the back bumper. Going to the turn 1 on the turn 2. They're going to tap the wall just a little bit. The Rocket 00 of Hayes. He's going to try to make it stick up the bottom. Coming out of the backstretch, side by side for 3 and 4.
And it was an uncomfortable situation developing there for your race leader, Carl Kilgore. I want no man breathing down my neck, but Todd was certainly breathing down his neck right now. As here he comes in 95. He'll keep it up top shelf right now, but for how long he's going to try to get tucked in tow, and he'll dive it down to the basement here, I imagine he gets a run. We'll see what Todd has as Carl Kilgore continues to flirt with disaster, scraping that outside wall.
I tell you what, Hayes nose hopped Blake Doyle in that 00 there for just a second. That killed all the momentum for Blake Doyle. So 1, 2, and 3, Kilgore, Todd, and Hayes, they're starting to run away with things.
As Kilgore still up top along with Todd. Higher than Willie Nelson across the corner, way up top where Great Falls keeps the best of Bourbon. And here he comes. He's tucked in tow with a flying jump on this time. I feel like it is, Jason. He's getting ready to dive it off in there. And not yet. He'll stay tucked in tow.
He's going to be nose to bumper. They are up high, carrying heavy speed. 0.7 of a second better than P3. Here he goes. He dives hard down. 95. Jacob Todd making a run. He's going to do a slide job up front. 21's going to carry speed on to the front stretch. Not enough just yet for the 95 of Todd.
If you don't like that, then guess what? You can look at your neighbor like you're at church on Sunday morning and say, you don't like dirt track racing too much, do you? Simulator, real racing, I don't care. We want slide jobs. Thank you, sir. May I have another? I like it, I love it, and I want some more of it. As the 1997 song by Tim McGraw said. And they go through 3 and off 4. Kilgore says, I like it out front, and he'll continue to lead, but Todd trying to run him back down.
Kilgore and Todd, 1 and 2. You're seeing it shake and bake. They are continuing to run their laps right there next to the wall. Trying to gain that extra momentum, trying to bounce that rear end off the exit, and that's what gets them the extra momentum to try to make a pass. 8 laps to go, getting ready to cross the start-finish line. 7 to go. You're seeing the 21 and the 95 make it work.
What will Todd do next time if he's able to get there and try to throw another slider? Has he learned anything from the previous attempt? As we'll try at attempt number 2. He's already pulling back to the back deck with number 24 of the race lead. Kilgore just going to try to hold serve up top right now. His hands are full as the car's getting a little tight, and he's trying to hold on to it. Here comes Todd with a slider down to the bottom of the basement. He'll go up the racetrack, and the 21 will drop down underneath, and he says, thank you, I need the top spot back. And Todd riding the wall on the outside, but 21 re-inherits the top spot.
They're coming around turn 3 into turn 4. That speed was good. He just couldn't get his car straightened out in time. They're coming around the front stretch. 5 to go. Raise Energy, Real Racing Online at Eldora. You're seeing Todd. He's using that wall to his advantage to try to make that extra speed. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't have to settle for P2. One more attempt at it if he can get back to it.
And it's going to take him a couple of laps to get it wound up with a differential right now. So it'll be about the white flag. If we stay under the green flag here, where he can get a run to the back of the number 21. Should make things very interesting here. Kilgore going to look to hold on, and the caution is out.
Caution comes out with 4 laps to go. Real Racing Online at Eldora Speedway. 46 Branding Company. A dog named Hank. Pet Toys. Raise Energy. That is unfortunate for the 21, who looked like he had Jacob Todd figured out here at Eldora. The inside line was what was working. When we go back to green flag racing, we will have 3 laps to go. We do have green-white checkers turned on. Just 1 attempt, of course.
Kilgore continues to hold on, throwing back all the advances the 95 is throwing on him, just keeping that car in one piece. He's made a little bit of contact with the outside wall, but I believe every car in this main event's kind of pancaked their right side just a tad bit. As a little bit more right side romance than they would like, but nonetheless, they're able to hold on to their equipment. As it's all Carl Kilgore all the time, still leading Jacob Todd, Sean Hayes, Doyle, and Marshall. Your top 5 here, Jason, working down to it, 27 scored, and 3 or 4 laps total to go.
We were watching the relative there for a second, and it was a good timing for Kayla Williams out there. Cody Kinsey had passed Trevor Mattingly. He restarted in the back, and when he passed him, did a great job. It looked like he checked up, hit his brakes because the 57 came out, and he just kind of collected a bunch of people. Trevor Mattingly in the 32 right there got spun around, and if it wasn't for hitting the cars, we still would have been going green right there. So caution's going to come out. 32, Trevor Mattingly. Cody Kinsey up to 11th now. Michael Woolley is there as well.
Single file restart here, Jason. They rock and roll off the front of the board to be up to 21. He puts his foot to the firewall and gets the party restarted. We got the candles relit, and we're backing away into 1. We're going to go back to the top. Now go to the top jump, Jason. Here we go.
3 laps to go. 21.95. There is Hayes back up in the mix right there, and Blake Doyle backstretch working. They are into turn 3 and turn 4. Looking at a 2 to go marker from Fred the Flagman.
Looking to get some slider serve here. Playing a little Indian giver for the race lead as we work down to it. 2 laps to go. 95 trying to tuck in behind number 21 as they work down to it here on Real Racing Online. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The white flag getting ready to set to come out here, Jason. We'll find out what happens. Todd, you know what's coming.
White flag in the air. Fred the Flagman says 46 Branding Company. Raise Energy Drink. White flag. There. Todd's going to make it to the inside. Turn 1. They are on the best line he's seen right there, but he loses a lot of ground coming down to the backstretch.
It looked like he'll coast here through 3 and 4 for the final time, and he'll win this one comfortably tonight. His second of the year here, Real Racing Online, and here at ELDORA tonight. Carl Kilgore to victory lane in 21.
The 95, Hayes behind him as well. Doyle comes home 4th. There is Lindsey Hobbs up in 5th. My goodness, it was exciting whenever it was green, and I tell you what, things did change. Leads did change. Looked like a whole lot of folks got involved there. Kinsey, something happened to Kinsey back there just a little bit. We're going to take a look and see what happened because he might have gotten an EOL on that one. I'm not quite sure. Carl Kilgore the 4th is 021. He's going to be right there in victory lane as you take a look at the race results. Brought to you by Raise Energy Drink. Quite possibly let's look at it. Work for me. I promise. Work for me. There's your race results brought to you by Raise Energy Drink. Carl Kilgore the 4th, Jacob Todd, Sean Hayes, Blake Doyle, Lindsey Hobbs. That's your top 5. Working on down to your top 10. Kyle Jared, Garrett Marshall, Swede Melgard, Justin M. Powell, and Dennis Anderson Jr. DAs out there. Down to the bottom of the barrel, there is Adam Hannes. There is Dane Lloyd, Timothy Tenson in 13th, Cade Gailey, Michael Woolley. There is the man, the myth, the legend, and Thanos himself in 15th. Chad Witt, Scott Schroeder, Trevor Mattingly, Tony Kivitt, Cody Kinsey, Sam Haycock. There is Craig Gibbons, Brett Fuller, and Matt Belt comes home in that 24th position. I got too excited. I've got the hiccups now.
Well, that was certainly a fun one here as Carl Kilgore made his way to ELDORA Speedway victory lane here tonight, holding off all the advances and everything thrown at him by the 95 of Jacob Todd. And a fun one. Glad to join you here tonight, Jason, here on Real Racing Online. Didn't know I was going to be doing it, but certainly was glad that I hit the button and hopped in Discord with you, my friend.
Oh, absolutely fantastic job. I was looking for Mr. Kilgore for just a moment. We're going to see if he's available. If he's out there listening, jump in to the waiting room for me, and I can get you taken care of. Let's see if you are up here somewhere. I'm going to talk to the man for the win. So he did a great job of keeping things together. Had great restarts, was right there on the line. had a whole lot of fun. There's Swede, there's Dane Lloyd. I'm seeing all the guys here, but yeah, nothing doing for it. Well, congratulations nonetheless. We appreciate you, my friend. Carl Gilgore the fourth out there winning this one. Of course, this one brought to you by Ray's Energy Drinks, Real Racing Online. And, man, it's been a pleasure broadcasting with you. I think tomorrow tomorrow I know that we're taking a day off from iRacing broadcast, but I do believe our podcast is going to be up and running tomorrow. We're going to do some American Trucking Simulator podcast reviews, just kind of relax and chill and let everybody kind of know. Dennis Anderson, great job out there, good race. Nona Ambrose Kenzie, thank you everybody out there. Got thin this field of people. We are not going to say that. Fantastic race out there, and we do appreciate each and every one of you turning in. Zach, send us off in a fond farewell. We will see you guys here Wednesday for the Signature Esports eNASCAR Cup Series qualifying. That'll start roughly about 7 Eastern.